Okay, well, we're at the chip plant here at Freeman Lumber, and we have the in-feed deck is what we start off with, and we're doing poplar here today, but when we place the logs on the deck, we got to make sure they're nice and straight, and plus what we do is take the good quality logs off the deck and take them up to the sawmill, which you'll see a little later, but that's why we have this Volvo EC210 to feed the deck and make sure they're in place. Okay, so here we have the controls where the whole chip plant is operated from, and we have our chip plant manager, Einar Musklo, here with us, and everything is basically controlled as far as the debarking of the logs and the chipping and then the placement of the chips at the end of the plant. What we have is several different storage units that we can place the chips in, so we have different species for different destinations that the chips are going to. So this is all electronically controlled, TV screen, the whole bit, and just to show the operator what's going on for those things that are out of sight, like the bark conveyor that takes the bark out to the one end of the mill, the chip conveyor. He can make sure that there's no jam-ups, plug-ups, and so on. Okay, right here we have the main center of the debarker. It's a ring debarker, a Nicholson ring debarker, and you can see the spike rollers really well. And the center here is out the other way. Now it moves out to the side so the guys can do the maintenance, change the bits on it, whatever needs to be done, greasing and so on. And we can go around the other side and have a look at that, and you can see how it works a little better.
Here we have the debarker that takes the bark off the logs. We have 6 rotating arms. They each have a bit on them that it doesn't really cut the bark off the log. It sort of peels it off. The spikes are hydraulically driven, but the arms are all air operated. We have a big compressor that puts air to the ring through a big manifold. Each arm has an air cylinder that when the operator applies the pressure to it, the arms will come in and take the bark off the log. We count each log as it goes through the debarker. Each species tends to go a different speed to take the bark off, and we have a Nicholson 35-inch debarker. It'll take a log up to 35 inches in diameter. It goes into the chipper's got a hole of about 22 inches, so anything in that dimension there, it'll have to be kicked out, and there's a guy cuts it in 10-foot pieces, and we can split it into in smaller chunks to put it into the chipper. It's a very high noise area, so everybody has to wear hearing protection.
Okay, we're looking at the splitter. It's a 4-way splitter, and Einar was mentioning before that anything between 22 and 35 inches we can't handle it in our chipper because it's only a 22-inch throat in it. So any of the oversized wood is kicked out here to the splitter and split down smaller and then placed back in the trough and fed through the chipper. That way we can utilize any wood from 4 inches right to 35 inches. So the old cull wood in the forest that normally just falls down, we are taking that out and utilizing it.
We have 6 knives in the chipper, and they're split in half, so they're easier for replacement. The disc here rotates. The log will come in here. This knife will cut it this distance off, and that slab will go into the back and break into pieces. So the chip size is this distance here. This rotates at a very high RPM. The log will come in and just gobble right up. The logs go through the chipper. They go down into a belt conveyor that dumps into a big long blue conveyor. The operator controls it all from his little booth, or you've seen all the buttons. And there's quite a volume of chips goes up through here. We have 3 different areas where you can put chips. We have a poplar bin that goes to the left, and we have a pine bin that goes opposite on the right side. And if we want spruce and balsam, we take it up to the overhead in the big green bins. So the trucks can just pull underneath it there and load their trailer in 2 or 3 minutes. The other 2 bins will have to be loaded with a bucket loader.